Another day, another tremor. Imagine living in a place where the ground never truly stops moving. The Philippines experiences over 100 earthquakes every single year, 20 of them strong enough to cause significant damage, and some capable of killing thousands. Why does this happen? The simple answer is terrifying. The Philippines is geologically trapped. It sits not just on the Pacific Ring of Fire, the 25,000-mile horseshoe where 90% of the world's earthquakes occur, but it is being squeezed, pulled, and crushed between four major tectonic plates. Think of the Earth's surface like a cracked eggshell, and the Philippine archipelago is the tiny, fragile piece caught directly in the middle of a titanic, four-way collision. This collision creates two relentless, catastrophic threats. 7 massive, offshore subduction trenches that trigger tsunamis, and a 1,200-kilometer network of inland fault lines running right beneath major cities. This is the science of why the shaking will never stop, and why understanding this geological trap is the key to survival. The core reason for this seismic nightmare is the Philippines' location at the junction of the Eurasian Plate, the Philippine Sea Plate, the Pacific Plate, and the Sunda Plate. These plates are pushing against the islands from every direction, creating the colossal geological tension. This tension manifests in the form of deep ocean trenches. Surrounding the archipelago are 7 major trenches, each one a subduction zone where one plate is diving beneath another. To the west is the infamous Manila Trench, capable of magnitude 8.0 quakes and tsunamis that could hit western Luzon in minutes. To the east is the East Luzon Trench, a hidden threat that could send tsunamis across the Pacific and around the island. Further south, the Philippine Trench, one of the deepest in the world at over 34,000 feet, shadows the eastern edge, while the Cotabato Trench off Mindanao is remembered for the 1976 tsunami that killed 8,000 people. Every single region, from Luzon to Visayas to Mindanao, is vulnerable to at least one of these deep-sea trenches. When these rupture, they don't just shake the ground, they vertically displace the entire seafloor, unleashing destructive tsunami waves. But the trenches are only half the threat. Running through the very heart of the country is the Philippine Fault System, a 1,200-kilometer network of inland fault lines. Unlike offshore trenches that create tsunamis, this system causes direct ground shaking right beneath cities. The most famous and most feared is the Marikina Valley Fault, which cuts straight through Metro Manila. If this fault ruptures with the predicted magnitude 7.0 or higher, the capital, home to 13 million people, would face structural collapse and a death toll reaching tens of thousands. Other critical inland dangers include the faults running through the Visayas and the Mindanao Fault, a highly complex system responsible for frequent, powerful recent quakes in the southern islands. The critical takeaway is that the islands are in a perpetual state of stress. Tectonic plates move slowly, a few centimeters a year, but they never stop. Pressure builds along these 7 trenches, and thousands of kilometers of fault lines for decades, even centuries, until suddenly, catastrophically, they slip. PHIVOLCS, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, monitors all of this. They can map the dangers and issue warnings, but they cannot predict the exact moment the next big one will hit. They can only confirm that it is inevitable. Several of these massive faults are considered overdue. The Manila Trench hasn't seen a major rupture in modern history, but the potential is massive. The Cotabato Trench has a rupture cycle of 50 to 100 years and last moved in 1976. The Marikina Valley Fault, capable of a magnitude 7.2, hasn't moved significantly in over 200 years. Since the geological movement cannot be stopped, the only defense is preparedness. Every Filipino must know their specific regional threat. If you are in Manila, your dual threats are the Marikina Fault for direct shaking and the Manila Trench for tsunamis. If you are near the coast, you must understand the critical warning signs. If you feel strong shaking that lasts for more than 20 seconds and you are near the ocean, do not wait for an official warning. Immediately evacuate to high ground. The Philippines will never stop experiencing earthquakes. It is not bad luck. It is a fundamental geological reality. But understanding why the islands are trapped, knowing which faults threaten which regions, gives everyone the most precious tool for survival: knowledge. If you believe understanding this threat is vital, hit that like button to spread the awareness. And to stay informed on the geological forces beneath our feet, subscribe to baytube right now. We'll see you in the next deep dive.